Trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, I posted the chart here of the E-mini S&P hourly chart over the last 7 trading days. You can see we've been going up quite a bit. The high of the day was supposed to be right around between 58.56 and 58.65. You can see it's gone higher than that. The only other swing that you had in here that fit anywhere near that level was right up here, and that comes in here at 56.69, where we're trading at right now. But folks, like I said before, it may be a breakout and maybe it goes up forever, but that is not going to, timeout. Maybe it's going to happen, but right now, this is what it looks like to me. And the NASDAQ is, still going higher. We're almost at that 2,800, 2,900 level here in the NASDAQ, which is the big ABCD from today. Let's just blow it up here. Remember, this is an hourly chart, so you've got a lot of action going on here from your high that you made right back here up to the high right there. That measures to 28.77, so we're really, really close to that level. That should be at least a minor top, maybe a 30-minute or 40-minute retracement on this thing. Who knows? We're going to find out for sure. Anyway, that's what we're watching here today in this. Now, if we look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, I sent this all out in a video early this morning about these prices that we were looking at. Here's the Dow Jones. You can see we had a retracement here. Let's get the hourly up on this so you can see it. When we opened this morning, we had a retracement down to this level right here, hitting the 61% retracement again. And now what we're doing here in the Dow Jones is completing an ABCD pattern over the last 2 trading days. Your low here was on the 9th. Here we are on the 10th. You can see there's the overnight move, and that comes in right about here, about 39.81. We've already taken out this high, and if you do this whole thing in right here, this would be a Gartley pattern right at the 78. Oh, it doesn't draw it right. Just a second, because of the sensitivity of it, I have to move it over just a little bit. There, still won't catch, because both of these are equal. You'll see it comes in, 786 comes in right there at the 39.81. We're like 40 points away from that. So those are the ones that I'm watching here, so far today. So let's keep an eye on it to see what's happening. But, I'm looking at, 62 years of trading, and I've looked at every chart in the world. I doubt if there's not many people involved in the market as long as I has done the work with the patterns, because that's what I spent my life on. Now, we could take this out, and then the market's probably going to go up forever, but history says that's not the case. And boy, I looked at these things from a lot of different ways. The real interesting part here, folks, is the fact that we're looking at the grain markets absolutely in total collapse. We're going to take a look here at the soybeans. It looked like they had a chance here. I haven't put any orders out in it, because it's been so very, very, very weak. Here's this is the 4-hour chart. You can see we went down to the 61% retracement here and held a little bit. It rallied a total of about 13 cents, and now it's come down and make new lows, and the price of meal is collapsing. So there must be some deflation going on in the grain markets. I listened to Jerome Powell on Bloomberg today, and he said something that no one challenged him on. And he said inflation is getting better, but prices are going higher. And not one person in Congress questioned that. Folks, prices going up is inflation. I hope you do realize that. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. But anyway, that's what he said, and he's the leader of the pack, so it's none of my business or what he has to do. Okay, I wanted to bring that. The bond market, we're going to take a quick look at that, because we still feel the problem in the bond market is, I'll just get this up here. Well, this is what the AI was showing today. as far as the pattern for rally. And you can see here we had a little bit of a high this morning. It's been following pretty nicely. We'll be looking at these types of things on our live trading day on Friday. But looking at the bonds on a daily pattern, you can see we're still up at this real strong resistance. There's your 135 pattern. This is the area where you want to be looking to get short. Stop above this level right here, because if you look at this weekly chart, this has still got a lot of problems to the downside. Several people have emailed me and said, have you ever had a situation like this, looking at markets and it just kept going higher than you thought it would go? Yes. Let me show you the market right here, and that is the monthly chart. There it is right there. You see, this is what I was looking for on the monthly on Treasury bonds. This, I was so strongly about this that I just couldn't be more. This is what the stock market's going to do. It's going to break and do this. This was the 3 drive to a top pattern. This is when they were trying to tell us all about negative interest rates and what a wonderful thing it was. That was 4 years ago, folks. And look what the bonds went from 122 to 107. And, we haven't really done very much on the upside as of yet. That's because we have so much debt out there. It takes $1 trillion a year just to service it. And that's, if this market ever does turn around, that'll be what they call the black swan, that how are we going to pay this back? And they won't be able to pay it back. They'll have to deflate the dollar more than it is, and these things will be worthless, but they'll pay about 8% interest, 10% interest, whatever it happens to be. But when you try to cash them, not doing good. In 79 and 80, when what's his name was Jimmy Carter was president, bonds had gone from I think 92 to 56 and dropped in half, and interest rates were 13.5%. So just because interest rates are dropped, doesn't mean, interest rate, they're going to give you a higher interest rate, but the price of the bonds will go down. So that's all I remember. I remember this so vividly because this was 4 years ago, and Sarah's grandson, he was 13, he was 8 at the time, 13. He was 9 years old at the time, and I'd given him some money, and I told him, I said, look, you give me that $200, okay, and I'll hold it for you so that it'll be good for you, but I'm going to charge you $5 a year for me to hold it for you. And he said, I can hold it for myself for $5. And I said, but I can't guarantee that I'm going to give you back the whole 100. And he said to me, he thought for a little bit, and he said, I don't think I can do that. And that's what I was trying to tell people back up in here. So what we're seeing now in this NASDAQ and all this other stuff is, in fact, what's happening. And I don't know where the top is. I thought it was going to be last Friday or Monday, but here we are Wednesday, and it's still going straight up. I don't know when it's going to turn, but when it does, you're going to know it. It'll be in the news. And that's my 2 cents, and I'm sticking to it. The grain markets, boy, they went through all the numbers I've been looking at, so I have to say stand aside in those until we see something that we can see the whites of the eyes. Most probably a weather pattern will break and, see them up the limit a couple of days possibly, but there's so much selling in there that nobody wants to own any grains, wheat, corn, or beans. And so I thought there was going to be some type of a weather problem today. I was wrong on that one, but I didn't stand in front of it. Let's take a break here, and we'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, let me take a look here at the soybeans. This is August beans. You can see it's breaking below this triple bottom. This was yesterday. We were saying that if it broke below there, certainly going to go a lot lower. And if we look at this, you'll see here that we've got some targets that are, considerably lower here. And so you really can't stand in front of that. And I suggested not to, so I hope nobody has. If we look at the December corn, I want to get the beans here for just a second, but the problem is I'm seeing something wrong here. Oh, I see. Here's the problem. This is what I need right here. I want to get the November beans up here on the weekly basis. Let's get this up here, and because we've got some big stuff happening soon. It's quite a bit lower. So here's where we are with the November bean contract. You can see this is a weekly now. We had this ABCD pattern up into here, and I felt that when we pulled back from this level, we would get some support in here. And once we broke below this level, we tried it one more time here at the 786, and that didn't work. And you can see we're coming down. Now this, I don't know what's wrong here, but this price is absolutely wrong here. This showing a price of 11.29, and it is not even close to that. Let's get the 30-minute up here, and you'll see it. See, it's 10.80. I don't know why that's bad data. I'll have to check that out. Today's high was 10.98, and it looks like it's just going to keep going down forever. So there's no way that for my particulars, that there's not a pattern in here that gives you any reason to buy. If we look at this here on the corn market, and we'll get the Christmas corn up right here and take a look at it. There's the weekly on the corn. You can see where we are. We're down we are below the level of the last major ABCD pattern here. See, that brings you into 413 or 412 was a number, and the low's been 405, so that one keeps failing. And not only that, you'll see, I believe we are now below the 1.618. See, once that doesn't hold, remember this is a weekly, so looking at this on a daily, it's going to look even worse. See, it's going to be just a flying Walinda to the downside. Look at this extension. I mean, my goodness. This is the one I missed that really bothered me. This was the day we had our June 14th trading day, and we tried to sell it right there and missed it. And of course, that was a big one to the downside. So those are some of the ones we're looking at. And let's get back up here to this. I want to see this on the weekly chart because I want to go through the numbers on it. Here's where we are in November soybeans. You can see and we go back and look at the weeklies here because this is important. Look how it bottoms here in July. It bottomed in July. It bottomed in late June. And now here we are coming into July. Now the only other this is the wrong number. I don't know why this is not updating the right way, but let me try to refresh it. Hold on just a second. Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. There's where we are. We're getting close. Here's the weekly price level. You can see here, we're going to do these a year at a time. Rallies up, makes the ABCD there. And we come down to the next one. You go up. It makes the ABCD coming in right now. You see it right here at 1085. We're already 5 cents below that. Well, because you've got that, you've got another one that's coming down here all the way down to this level right here, which is almost below $10 a bushel. Folks, we haven't been below that price of $10 in 5 years. So this should be some type of a serious bottom coming in here at this point. Now I'm looking at this pattern right here, selling at 1085 coming into July, but there's absolutely no reason, to come in here because there's not a pattern at all that allows you. Let's go to the hourly chart. You'll see there's no pattern here that allows you to even find out where a bottom could be. See, there's no ABCD to measure from. The only ones you have are back here, and those are the ones that measure a whole lot lower all the way down to this level. So that's what I'm paying attention to in the grain. So I have to stand aside until I see it happening. So that's not happening, so I'll stand aside. All right, let's move over here, and we're going to take a look at, just a second. I'm in the grain thing, so I've got all this stuff that I wanted to see. Next one I wanted to look at was the wheat, and the wheat is right here. Here's the weekly chart on the wheat. It's coming down sharply too. This is that's December corn. We already did that. Let's get the wheat up here. Okay, wheat, where did you happen to hide from? All right, just a second, folks. I got to get the wheat up, and then we'll be able to look at this. Margo Amala will be our guest. I met her a couple months ago, and she's got some really interesting charts that I know we're going to enjoy. Okay, here's our Christmas wheat, and we'll get this up here. It's the one part of the prices are going down for wheat and grains and stuff like that, but the other inflationary things, not so much. Now we're almost making a new low, folks. The low here was at 579, and the low here has been a double low. This was 580, so it's actually held up a little bit. Let's go down, and I don't think this is correct. Let's 587 versus, yeah, it's made the new low here, 587. It's actually rallied. So if you're going to look at a grain to buy, this might be the one because you went down and matched that double low, and you have a potential of an ABCD pattern right here, really close. In other words, taking out that low. We've taken out the low. Oh, no, we have not. Watch that taking out the low here, 577, folks. That would be a one worth looking at because you'll be making new contract lows from June. Okay, then we had the big report here, and so that would give us another move. And also, well, there's other highs back in here, but this is from recently over the last 2 weeks. This will be something to possibly take a look at. But that's the only one of the grains that looks pretty good. And remember, this is the one that turned first. Remember, we had that big move back here. We went right up to the ABCD and all the way back down again. So, boy, there's something going on in those grain markets is beating the heck out of everybody. So that's what we're paying attention to. Now we want to look at the one that I like the best of all, and that is the soybean oil. And here's where we are. We had that big move up, which we sort of expected. We put this hourly 4-hour chart up. You'll be able to see it a little clearer. There it is right there. So far today, we've come down to the 50% level, rallied up, hasn't really done anything. This is not even a 382 rally, so there's not much to do. If we get an ABCD pattern in here, or if we can hold this level. Yesterday, we hit it there on the 9th. We're trying to match it up today. There's a possibility of holding that up right there, and then you got a chance that you could be looking at some type of a buy. But right now, there's not a pattern to look at. There might be one here on Friday when we do our live session, and that one would be very interesting to look at. Someone's also asked about Apple and Tesla. I'll do my best to get these up before we have Margo on. Hold on. And Apple is still going up. It hits 230 now. See, once it went above the 618, 1.618, off it goes to the races. Nothing you can do about that. It's moving. Well, there's a small A, B, C, D here, but I don't know if you can even count this because there's hardly any of a pullback. But the A, B, C, D measures here to 231, and that's where it's trading right now. But, who knows? All right, Tesla. Always take a look at Tesla. That's probably going a lot higher, but who knows? Let's get up here. Tesla, if someone asked me, how can a stock go up with everything so bad? And I said, don't ask me. I said, I know nothing about it. But here's where we are, back at the 78% level right now. I think we made a new high of the day from yesterday. Yes, we did. See, gapped up here a little bit. So the major target here in Tesla, if the 786 means something, stay tuned for Margo Amala, 877-927-6648.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Okay, we're back, folks, and I believe we have Margo Amala on the line. And where are you calling from, Margo? Testing 1, 2, 3. Margo, are you there? Need some help, Al. What do you think's going wrong? We're going to see. I can see her picture, but I can't hear her voice. So hopefully she'll be on here in just a second. Can you hear me, Margo?
I can. Hi, Larry. Can you hear me?
Hey, there we're very good. Where are you calling from today?
I'm calling from just outside of Portland, Oregon, in White Salmon, Washington, actually.
Oh, okay. Very good. Tell us what you got.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I met you a few months ago, and you certainly knew what you were talking about. So tell us what you're looking at in the market and a little bit about yourself. Let's start out with the markets, and we'll worry about the CV a little bit later. What are you looking at in the markets?
Okay. So, a unique technique that I've cultivated is building analogs of price that create forecasts for future price action. So an analog is something that's like something else that's based on the concept of fractals. Kind of like the quote, history doesn't rhyme, or doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. So I find that price action is really similar to another moment in time. It's just a matter of finding the time cycle that correlates. So the most interesting thing I'm tracking right now is a 1929 analog on the Dow Jones. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, if that's all right.
Yes, that's what we want to see. You bet.
All right, let's do it. Can you see my screen there?
I think it's coming up. Yeah, there it is right there. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So what I've done is I've taken built an analog based on the price action from 1929. And as you can see, thus far through 2024, we have followed with extreme precision. The only time that we've deviated is during these little pink boxes. And that's actually eclipse season, which is just a time that kind of causes some disruption in primary cycles. So what I am looking for actually in the Dow Jones would be a high around September 2nd. And just to give you an idea of the reliability of these patterns, I've gone back and I've taken a look at various tops around black swan events. I've looked at the cycle high at the 2000.com peak, the 2007 financial crisis top, and then the top at the COVID crisis. And this cycle that I have unearthed, it appears everywhere. And I'm able to build an analog based on price action on a 95-year cycle. So this here is the 1912 price action over the 2007 top here. And again, you can see that there are subtle deviations around eclipse season, but the rest of the time, price follows along with the analog pretty well. The analog, just for everyone's reference, anybody who's new to this kind of work, is not intended to be tick for tick. What it does is it guides our overall direction in the markets. So let's switch back here to the current year. So this is 2024 here, and this is where we are here. So what I would be looking for here would be probably some sideways action, maybe one more push higher and some sideways action through July and August. And then we would be looking for the top between August 2nd and September 2nd. So, I never settle with just one time cycle. So what I did was I kind of took a look at other time cycles that would give confluence, because as we know, as traders, confluence is key. So let me load up. I have a 2-year cycle of reliable pivots in the market. And there we go. That 2-year time cycle is going to strike. It begins on August 2nd. And if you go back and look at each of these pivots, the monthly pivots tend to come in between the beginning of the cycle and 50% of the cycle. So if you look at each one of these here, that would be where we're looking for the pivot to come in. So that would put us at our the exact window of time that's based on the 1929 analog from the secondary cycle that I'm looking at would be between August 2nd and September 2nd as well. So that's what I'm looking at on the Dow Jones. Larry, do you have any questions, or is there anything?
No, it's very, very interesting, and I've written it down August the 2nd, so we'll certainly have you on again at that time to see if you're going to be right or not, of course. But let's see what else you've got for us today.
Yeah, so one of the other markets I trade a lot and track a lot is silver. And so this is my silver weekly chart, and this the pink bars here. This is my silver analog, going back to March. So you can see the accuracy of the analog. And then, up here, I use GAN fans also. And then these vertical lines here are actually they're a secondary cycle that I track. So we have a convergence on silver of cycles around the week of August 19th. And it's actually going to be August 19th to August 26th is the next major pivot window I'm looking for in silver. I was actually able to nail this low down here using all of my time cycles. And so I am currently long on silver, and I intend to hold through this consolidation, but I think we're going to have some sideways consolidation in this weekly range through August 19th. So that's what I'm looking for on silver.
Do you have anything on gold?
I could pull up gold. Yeah, absolutely. Here, let's take a look. I didn't have the gold chart preloaded, but let's see. So gold is pretty much following along with silver. I just have been trading silver. I've preferred silver because it is been more bullish than gold. I've tracked, there's a silver cycle. There's an 18.6-year silver cycle that has a very high correlation with a strong bullish move into the end of that cycle. And that cycle comes to an end January 11th of 2025. So that has been why I have preferred silver to gold since probably about maybe April of last year. I was able to identify this top here in gold that came in on April 19th using some time cycle patterns. And then here we are, tightening up in this range. The exact same time cycles are going to be at play in gold that are in silver. So I'm looking for that same timing window, which is going to be between August 19th and August 26th. And I do also expect gold to trade in a range between now and then.
Okay, that's very good. We're going to have a little break here, but what are you? Do you have a service that people can contact you to show what you're looking at, or are you just a private? Why don't you tell the folks how they can reach you if they want to ask more about these analogs?
Yeah. So last.
Hold it, Margo. We got to pay a few bills. We'll be back in 3 minutes, and Margo Amala will be right back with us. Hang on, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The stock market is a delicate interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, we're back, folks, with Margo Amala. Margo, tell us about how they can reach you, and then we'll go into something else. What's the best way for them to reach you?
You can find me on Twitter at Margo_Amala. I also have a newsletter that comes out on Patreon that you can find. The link will be through my Twitter link tree, or you can go to Patreon and search for Margo Amala. And that's a bi-weekly newsletter that covers the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, Bitcoin, Nifty, gold and silver, and the dollar. I also post regular updates to the market there on my Patreon. I have an emerging YouTube channel that has some limited content, but plan to grow some more. And I also have a website, margoamala.com.
Okay, can we ask a question of what you're looking at for the U.S. dollar? That's always interesting here for us.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I actually have a time cycle on the dollar that has been in effect since the high in 2022. And I have a pivot. I'm pulling the chart up right now. I have a pivot on the dollar coming up. We just passed the last pivot. I've actually been able to nail each of the pivots on the dollar since 2022 within a 1-week time period. So there we go. Here we go. I will screen share this in 1 second. I live out in the country, so my internet's a little bit slow. So when I load a new chart, it takes me just a minute. Okay, here it is. I will screen share again. Here we go. Man, there we go. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at on the dollar. Dollar here. Each one of these vertical lines here has been a time cycle pivot that I've been tracking. And as you can see, each of them has come in within a week of a major high or low. So we just passed one here. And so this was my projection, my forecast arrow here, that will come down and test this 1x1 Gann fan from the low down here, which is probably in the 104 range. But we do have another pivot incoming, and you know what? I don't actually have that on my chart, so unfortunately, I can't tell you that date right at this moment. But it is actually in my newsletter that you can find on Patreon. And
what is Patreon? I don't even know what that is.
Oh yeah, Patreon is an online service where you can just put out paid content. You can create a paid service. So my service it's just $20.70 a month, and you just join, you become a member, and you can receive all of my market updates, including my newsletter, my newsletter is like 30 to 37 pages every 2 weeks, and it's pretty extensive, covering all my time cycle research on the primary market, the indexes, and the things I listed earlier.
Okay, and do you offer a sample for?
Yeah, there is. Yep. actually, my bookshelf is public all the way up to 2 months ago. So anybody can go there, and I can provide you the link if you want to. I don't know if you have a way to provide it to your subscribers, but you can see all of the prior reports all the way to last October when it began.
Okay, what was your website address that you had?
Yeah, it's margoamala.com. Just like
AMALA, correct?
Yep. Margo, MARGO, AMALA.com.
Okay, we're going to have you on again soon. Thanks for joining us, and we'll look forward to seeing you maybe a month or so, okay? Especially we have you on in August for sure.
Thanks so much, Larry.
You bet. Thank you, Margo.
Okay.
All right, folks, let's move on here, and we'll bring up a couple of charts here and see where we're going with some of these things. Hold on just a second, and I'll be able to get back into the program. So bear with me here 1 second, and we'll be right close to where we want to be, really closely here. Hold on just a second. It just takes me a second to get this thing moving because I've got to get into the screen share mode and then hit the go live. And there's where we are. And here's where we are with the NASDAQ. This is what I'm looking at with the AI, folks. This has been the prediction so far. You can see we're supposed to be turning down, but it certainly doesn't look like it wants to. We're very, we've got, folks, believe it or not, folks, this is 200 handles higher than what my predicted high was going to be. You can see here, this is what I was looking at, 206.61. We're 200 handles higher than this, and I firmly believe that this is a what we call a ending move, not a beginning move. So how much higher it's going to go, I don't know, and it could go a whole lot higher. We're looking at here. Remember, there's the other number we had, 208.47, and we're at 208.67. We've been to 208.76, so it's even above that major ABCD. So this is not showing any weakness at all in here. So that's why we want to be extremely careful up there. And when I see something that I'm not trading the NASDAQ, I'm watching the Dow Jones. The Dow Jones number that I'm looking at hasn't quite been hit yet. We'll just, I think maybe we did it. Just a second. I think we have. Hold on. Yep, we have. Hasn't seen the order come through. Hold on. There's your AB. No, it hasn't made it yet. We're looking here at possibly coming up to this level here, which is time. Remember, this is the weakest. So if you want to sell something, you want to sell the weakest. So that would come in at 399.15. That's up another 100 points in the Dow. I think I drew that correctly. Let me double check because this thing is so darn sensitive. You don't always get the right number. Yeah, 39.29 is what you're looking at. That's up 100 points from where we are right now to complete that ABCD. And the 78% level of this last move will come up in here just about this level right there. There they are, both together. So the number is 39,800. So it's 150 points away from that level right now. And we're going to find out if it has any meaning or not very shortly. But remember, the NASDAQ, folks, is basically 10 to 15 stocks. The S&P, you're looking at about 50 stocks. But this market has basically been controlled by just a whole bunch of these things that just don't want to go down, and you can't fade them, so there's nothing else that you can do about it. So you just got to wait and see what's going to happen with it. That's just have to wait till the pattern completes, and then you'll be able to look at it. All right, that's what I'm paying attention to here so far today. Now, I wanted to show you one chart here that we haven't looked at for quite a while, and I want to get that up here right here, which is the chart of natural gas, because several people have asked me about it, and I have not looked at it. So here's natural gas coming for us like this, and we are getting down to some real serious numbers here in natural gas, folks. You see, we've already broken below this pattern that we had here, so we're getting down. Let's just clean this out so we can see it clearly. From your low back here, you came up and we're at the 50% level. I have to refresh this because of the fact that it's rolled over. There it is, and this is where we are right now. So this is the area that I'm looking at. Remember, this ABCD below this level did not work, folks. That's why these patterns, sometimes they fail, and you got to get out of Dodge. You see right there, was it, and boy, it goes a little bit lower, and where does it go to 50? Just like the corn, beans, they just keep going lower and lower. So this is going to be an interesting one. But here, if we look at this on the hourly basis, and we got the break coming up here, oh my God, it's the end of the show already. There you can see my final pattern down here as it is at 224. So we need to get it down about $8, and that'll be crying time, I think, for the bears and for the bulls, I mean. And there's what you want to be watching. There's natural gas. This will be a Friday trade, I'm hoping. Hoping is not a good trading. Let's take a break. 877-927-6648.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no cash or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, this is the AI program that tries to predict good timing. You just see this off on the low. So all I'm going to do now is to move this over and see that this is where we should, instead of being where I thought it was going to be, it looks like if you line this up, it should be topping here in just about a half an hour, about an hour and a half into the close. It should start down. You wouldn't even start selling here until you get below this level, which is 20 points from where we are. I think it's 20 points. Yeah, 20 points from where we are right now. All you're seeing on this small chart is a small ABCD completing up in this area right here. So that number in the S&P, by the way, happens to come in at 5678. That's the predicted high in the S&P based on what we're watching here today. Okay, so I hope that makes clear of what I'm watching, because this is based on trying to find out, where you have a good place in on. This was a beautiful place to enter here. You can see we had to move down, and if you moved over to see where you were, just remember this number here, folks. We go over to a 8-minute chart, you'll be able to see it clearly. There's the pullback right here early this morning, and as you can see, pulls right down to the exact 50%. You think these people don't have these algorithms lined up? Boy, you're missing a big deal. If we'd measure the ABCD on this, we're getting close, I think. Let's just double check. By golly, there it is, 2880. We'll see if that means anything or not, but we have to go and pay some bills. And tomorrow we're going to have Stan Harley as our guest, I believe. No, tomorrow is Jeff Huge, and Friday we're going to have Stan Harley after the live trading between 9 and 12. You get 6 hours of live trading for the month of July, 3 hours on the 12th, and 3 hours on the 26th. So that's what we're paying attention to. So that's what we're looking at, folks. So live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless, and we'll see you on the flip side.